Hello everyone. So today we have to study the single round of DES algorithm. Okay. So the DES stands for data encryption standard. So we have to study how the DES algorithm can be worked and what is the operation of single round of a DES algorithm. So in a DES algorithm we have a number of rounds. So we can study it up to the 16th round. So how the operation can be happened or how the message can be encrypted in a single round, so that we have to understood here. Okay, so there are the two important parts. So one is a plain text and another is a key. Okay, so the DS algorithm having the plain text of 64 bits. So these 64 bits we can divide it into the two equal parts. It is a 32 bit at the left side and 32 bits at the right side. Okay, so by using the key, so the DS algorithm consists of a key of a 56 bits. So we can divide this key into the two parts, that is a 28 bits and 28 bits. So based on the key we can perform the left shift operations, and the key is applied to the expansion function. Okay, so why we can use here expansion function? Because our plain text is divided into the two bits, sorry, the two parts. One is at the left side and another is at the right side. So the 64 bit is divided into two equal parts, 32 bit and 32 bits. So here by using the various permutation functions we can generate the key of a 48 bit. So first here we have to also convert our 32 bits into the 48 bits. So we need to add more bit into this particular plain text. So for that we can use the expansion function, or we can call it as a permutation function. So by using the expansion function we can add the key, we can add certain bits into the plain text. So the 32 bits is converted into the 48 bits, and based on the XOR options we can do the XOR operation by using the key. So once we perform the XOR operation, so the input of XOR is of 48 bit, so accordingly we got the output of 48 bit also. So now at the other side we also have to convert these 48 bit into the 32 bits. Okay, so for that we can use the various types of S boxes. So it is a function of S box. So the S box, yeah, the one S box consists of the small 8 S boxes, and each small S box consists of input is of a 6 bit and output is of a 4 bit. So 8 into 4, that is a 32, and 8 into 6, that is a 48. So we have a input of 48 and output of a 32 bit. So based on the S boxes we can convert the 48 bit input into the 32 bit output. So that passed through the permutation function P, and that can be XORed with the left hand plain text. So that is of a 32. So in this way we can generate, yeah, we can do the encryption in a single round. So the same procedure can be repeated in the next round, that should be the round 2, round 3, round 4. Okay, so this is a single round of DS algorithm. So which function can be used? So here we can represent the function for the DS algorithm. So we have a two halves, that is a left and right, each of the 32 bits, and we can generate the round key is of a 48 bits. So based on the uh, function EF and input R and K, we can produce the 32 bits. So that is function can be represented here. So we can use the XOR operation by using the key. Okay, so in this function the E stands for the expand of 32 bit to the 48 bits. So by using the expansion function, we can expand the bits. So we have to expand the bits from the 32 to 48. Then yes is the string, it breaks to 32 bits, and the p is a permuted the 32 bit. So it is a representation of the function in a DS algorithm. Okay, so if we look at the permutation table for DS algorithm, so we have to consider the expansion function as well as the permutation function. So our expansion function can expand the bits from the 32 to 48. So our plain text is of a 64 bits. So from the 64, first we have to discard the 8 bits, so will remain the 56. So from 56 we also discard the 8 bits, so answer will be of 48 bits. So here we can represent the 48 bits by using the expansion permutation function E. Okay, and at the other side we got the permutation function, which consists of the 32 bits. So it is a representation of expansion function E and the permutation function B. So by using the simplified tables, we can represent the expansion function as well as the permutation function. So in this DS algorithm, we have a function f of a DS algorithm. So in the function we can use the concept of S boxes. So here we can describe the concept of S boxes, how we can expand the 32 bit to the 48 by using the expansion function, and after that how we can recover the 32 bits from the 48 bits. Okay, so first we can divide our input plain text, which consists of the 64 bits. So the 64 bits is divided into the two equal bits, so that should be the 32 and 32. So by using the expansion function, we can expand the 32 bits into the 48. Okay, and on other side, so our key is of a 48 bit, so that must be XORed. Okay, so that XORed output is applied to the input of S boxes. So the input of S box is of 48 bit. So now we require the output is of a 32 bit. So based on these S boxes, we can get the output of X boxes is of a 32 bits. So that should be permuted by function P. Now we have a S box. So in S box we have a small 8 S boxes. So the input of S box is of a 6 bit and output is of a 4 bit. Okay, so here if we multiply 6 by 8, so our input is of a 48 bits, and if we multiply 4 by 8, so 4 into 8, that is a 32. So we got the output of a 32 bits. So by using the function EF in a DES and by using the S boxes, we can get the output of a 32 bits. Okay, so it is the concept of S boxes. So we have 8 S boxes and each having an input of 6 bit and output of a 4 bit. So each sub box is specified as 4 into 16 table. So in this, each row is permutation of 0 to 15, and outer bits, that is a 1 and 6 of input, are used to select one of 4 rows, and inner bit of input are select as a column. So we have to select the rows as well as the columns. So the rows are selected based on the outer bits and the columns are selected based on the inner bits. Okay, so in S boxes all the 8 S boxes are different. Now how we can study how the rows and columns are selected based on this example. So we can here describe the 64 bits. Okay, so that can be represented by a row 0 to 15 and column 0 to 3. So we can consider a one random example for a S1 box. So here we can represent the S1 box as a 1 0 1 1 0 0. So first we have to consider the outer bits. So in order to consider the outer bit, so we can consider left hand side one bit and right hand side one bit. So here we can represent with a red color, and that should be called as a outer bit and can be a 1 0. So if we look at the binary representation of a 1 0, so we got the number 2. So we can select the second row. So likewise, if we have to select the columns, so we can consider the inner bit. So in order to consider the inner bit, so we can discarded right hand side one bit and left hand side one bit. So here our inner 4 bits are 0 1 1 0. So our representation of a 0 1 1 0 is a 6. So that's why we can select the column as a 6. So by using these S boxes, we can select the rows and columns. So the rows are selected based on the outer bits and the columns are selected based on the inner bits. So as we mentioned, the all the 8 boxes are different. So here we have a tables for each S box. So that is S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, S6, S7 and S8. Okay, so this is the representation of the S boxes. So it consists of the total 8 S boxes. So our permutation function output is of a 32 bits. So for that we can consider the 4 columns and 8 rows. So 8 into 4, that is a 32. So by using this table we can represent the permutation function P. So it consists of rows, 8 rows and 4 columns. Okay, so by using the function P we can represent the permutation function. So here we can take a one example of a DES. So how the DES algorithm can be performed. So as we discussed earlier, so DES algorithm consists of 16 rounds. So from round 1 to round 2, what kind of operation happens, what is the output of round 1, round 2, round 3. So if we perform the if we consider the output of each round, so in this simplified table we can consider the example of DES algorithm. So for that we can consider the one plain text and a one key, and we can repeat the operation for 16 times. So after performing the inverse permutation, we'll get the ciphertext. Okay, so likewise we can round our information, we can swap our information into the 16 rounds. So next point is the avalanche effect. Okay, so it is the most important effect in a in a DES algorithm. So it is a avalanche effect. So it states that if there is a small change in a key or plain text, there should be the large change in the ciphertext. Okay, so if we change any one bit either in a plain text or a key, so according to the change in any one bit, so there should be the large change in ciphertext. Okay, so the avalanche effect is present in DES algorithm. So it is a good for a security. So for that we can consider the one example how the plain text is changed, or the plain text is changed by one bit. So it is a change in ciphertext. Similarly, if there is a change in one bit in a key, what is the effect on a ciphertext. So for that we can consider the two plain text as a plain text 1 and plain text 2. So here we can change only one bit. So the first bit that is changed from 0 to 1. So if we change any one bit in the plain text, so there should be the ciphertext difference is of 32 bits. Okay, so that much large difference should be there. So similarly, we can consider the two keys, that is a key 1 and key 2, and we can change the only one bit in a key 2, that is from 0 to 1. So if we change the one bit in a key, so there should be the ciphertext difference is of a 30 size. Okay, so that much large change is occur in a ciphertext, so that is called as a avalanche effect. So the concept of avalanche effect is that if we change the any one bit in the plain text or key, so there should be the large change in the ciphertext. Okay, so basically the avalanche effect is a good for security. Now so here we can consider the table of avalanche effect in a data encryption standard. So we can consider the plain text and a key. So here first we are going with the plain text. So we have two plain text 1 and plain text 2. So in this table we can represent the plain text as 02468 AC EECA 86420, and the second plain text is 12468 ACEECA 86420. So simply we can change the first bit, that is from 0 to 1. Okay, so if we change the one bit in a plain text, so we can apply the plain text to the initial permutation. So again we can go through the various rounds. So there are the total 16 rounds. So if we change a one bit, so in a first round we got the change of ciphertext as a 1. In a second round we got the change in ciphertext as a 5. In third round we got the change in ciphertext as a 18. So likewise 4th, 5th, 6th up to 16. And after performing the initial inverse permutation, so finally we got the change in 32 bits. Okay, so it is the process of avalanche effect in DES algorithm. So when we simply change the plain text. Okay, so next is a table for change in a key. So similarly as a plain text, if we change the any one bit in a key, so there should be the difference of 30 size in a key. So we can change the key by only one bit, and that is passed through the various rounds. So from round 1 to round 16. Okay, so if we look at the output of round 1, so there should be the change of 3 bits. If we look at the round 2, so there should be the change of 11 size. So as we consider the different rounds, that is from 1 to 16, and at the last we can perform the inverse initial permutation. So finally we got the change of a 30 size. Okay, so that much large change in a ciphertext. So accordingly input of a key. Okay, so if we change any one bit of a key, so there should be the change of a 30 size in a ciphertext. Okay, so how we can consider the key size in a DS algorithm. So basically we can use the 64 bits input to the DS algorithm. Okay, so out of these if we use initial key is of a 64 bits, so out of these 8 bits for the parity checking. So if we discard the 8 bits, so we can use 56 bits for the encryption. Okay, so if we use the formula as a 2 raised to n, so that is a 2 raised to 56, so that is equal to 7.2 into 10 raised to 16. Okay, so it is a size of that particular key. Okay, so it is a 2 large size of a key. Okay, so if we use that much large size key, so it is too difficult for the hacking. Okay, so if I have to decode, yeah, if I have to hack this particular DS algorithm, so it also require the higher cost as well as the higher time also. So in 1997, in order to hack this particular key, so the estimated cost is a $20 million. Okay, so to build the particular machine, so the approximately cost is a 20 million US dollars, and it can require the 10 hours to decode this particular key. Okay, so in a 1998 also, there is a one standard committee that is called as a EFF, so which can also build a one machine, so which require 25k US dollars to break this particular key in a 3 days. Okay, so due to the key size, this algorithm is a more secured and it cannot be easily breaked. Okay, so nowadays we can also uses the triple DS. So the triple DS can be used 128 bit keys. So if we consider the key size, then it is a 1 raised to 128. So that much large key size that can be used in a triple DS. Okay, so that's why the DS algorithm can be widely used in the world. Okay, so it is a more secured algorithm, so that's why it can be world used in a worldwide. Okay, so the next point is various attacks in a DS algorithm. So there are the three types of attack. One is called as a timing attack, differential cryptanalysis, and linear cryptanalysis. Okay, so how the attack is possible in a DS algorithm. Okay, so this part will take in our next video. Okay, so today we'll stop here. Thank you.